Preston of Resource Maven. We're here at the Metals Investor Forum in Vancouver in September, and I'm joined by Darwin Green of HighGold Mining. And if you haven't heard of HighGold before, it's because it's not even listed yet. It's a brand new spin-out from Constantine. Many people will know Darwin from many years at Constantine. So let's talk about why Constantine spun this company out, sort of the basics, and then we can get into some details.
Sure. People are pretty familiar with the base metal assets that Constantine had, but it also had a great portfolio of gold projects, and they just weren't able to be active on them. And more recently, they acquired a project, a very special project, in our opinion, Johnson Tract, that came in due to our relationships in Alaska, and it was really the catalyst to launch HighGold out on its own.
So, okay, let's talk about Johnson Tract first, because it is a pretty special asset. This is a project that has a significant, interesting, high-grade copper-gold zone on it with a historic resource, but it's been sort of sitting ignored in a native corporation for 40 years.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah. Well, they acquired it, let me see, it was part of the original land claim settlement in the 70s, is when the CIRI, Cook Inlet Region, Inc., acquired the lands. And then after that, there was a discovery made by Anaconda in the 80s.
Right.
And then into the early 90s, Westman worked it. And it was a fair bit of advanced work done. And so we feel it's almost like an advanced stage discovery. It's been off the market for at least 25 years,
right,
and with no work done on it at all, but some really quality work done in the past, and for really no good reason other than that we're bad markets at the time. And Westman shortly thereafter was taken over by Boliden, and this project went back to the Native Corp, who basically just weren't motivated to do anything with it until recently. So we feel very fortunate to have that opportunity.
And let's talk a little bit about this zone, this discovery, because there's grades here that are almost hard to wrap your head around because they're really fantastic.
They really are. They really are. I mean, you've got multiple holes that are in the 50 to 100 meter plus range of 10 grams gold, but with that also comes base metals, 5 to 10% zinc and copper, up to around 0.5% to 1% copper. So a really, really neat project. On a grade thickness product, some of these intersections stack up against the very best that are out there.
So clearly you're excited to get up there. You'll start by putting holes into the known zone. You have to make sure that all the work that's there makes sense and remind the market that this zone exists.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we see a tremendous opportunity to grow and find more on the property. There's widespread alteration zones of mineralization stretching across 13 kilometers. But our first order of business is understand what we have right now. And actually, all the work was pre-43-1 and it was pre-Bre-X. That's what brought 43-1 around. And so that's our first order of business. And so we've got to do some confirmation drilling just to establish what the past workers did is real and is there. That'll allow us to come out with a current 43-101 compliant resource estimate. And with that, we can comp ourselves against our peers. And we think there's a real value opportunity here for investors because once people see what we already have with just a very limited drill program, you can create some value very quickly.
And in terms of value, you're about to come out the gate. Let's talk about the process, the spin out of HighGold, the financing, the share structure. Take us through a bit of that with the valuation.
Yeah, so, I guess it was a plan of arrangement, spin out by way of plan of arrangement out of Constantine, and that was effective as of August 1st. So HighGold is live, but we're not listing. And so we did a financing that we actually closed the book on about a month ago. We're just waiting on listing approval. We expect that any day now to get our date when we'll be trading. Ton of interest in that financing.
Yes.
I mean, the timing was fantastic. We had to be very disciplined in sort of holding the line in terms of how much money we would take because there was a lot more interest than we were offering out. And part of that was because we actually priced this before the run-up in the gold price.
Right.
It was late spring, and we honored those commitments. And now it was priced at 45 cents, and we're raising $7.65 million in that financing, and some really good names in there. There's a senior gold producer in the group. There's a couple of quality funds and another name that will become public once we're listed. And
you have kept the structure pretty tight. You limited how much you raised in that financing and the plan of arrangement with Constantine shareholders. You're coming out the gate with 31 million shares?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, so there's about 15 million that come from the existing Constantine shareholders, and it seems like they're pretty excited in this deal, so we're hoping they're going to hang tight. And then 33 million is the total
Yeah.
INO once we're listed based on and there was about a $200,000 seed round that was done to pay the bills in the meantime here too. So yeah, so great tight share structure, and we think it's really, we'll see how it's going to debut here. We're going to get a little, I guess, wager going with everyone what the price will be on day one. So we'll see.
Fair enough, but I mean, tight share structure. We didn't even get into the fact you also have high-grade gold assets in Ontario that will be what you can work on in the winter. So, good opportunity to produce interesting, exciting results sort of right out the gate. An asset that people haven't forgotten about, lots of money to do the work, some pretty heavy shareholders that have come in the financing. I mean, you're kind of set up with you check all the boxes that people usually look for.
Yeah, no, I mean, really, we're trying to build ourselves to be a tier 1 explorer. We think we are. We've got the assets, we've got the people, we've got a great board that opens a lot of doors. So yeah, it's really teed up, and I'm anxious to get out there and prove what these properties can be.
Well, good luck once it all happens, and I look forward to keeping up with the story.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Gwen.
Thanks.